Hello, guys. You've been thinking about the shadow aspects of your personality. You've been thinking about the light aspects of your personality. You've been dealing with this question, who you are and what you want to become, quite a lot. Maybe because you enjoyed the previous videos, and maybe because this is your path. And now this video is finding you to confirm what you're doing. So you've been thinking about all the things that you are proud of, all the aspects of your personality that you are proud of. So all the positive values, all the positive things you do, how you treat people, these kind of aspects. You've been questioning yourself, why do I have such aspects? Why do I behave like this? Of course you are proud that you are like this, but there is question. What taught me to be like this? Have I been born like this? Or have I become this kind of person? And then there are shadow aspects of yourself which we do not see clearly when we start this path of self-exploration. Carl Jung told us there are shadow aspects, be aware of them. And so we were looking for them. And at first we didn't even know how to define them. What is a shadow aspect? How should I see it? What should I do? And then many times you caught yourself in a emotional turmoil when something happened in your life and you had the reaction to it. And that's where your shadow comes out and shows itself. It can show itself like a passive aggressiveness. It can show itself like active aggressiveness. It can show itself like emotional abuse. It can show itself like rage. There are many ways how the shadow shows itself. I've experienced many ways how my shadow was showing itself when I was pressured too much or when I was provoked too much. Also when I was tired and it was much difficult to control my mask that I was wearing of this very adjusted, nice guy. You know what I'm talking about. And the more difficult life became, the more difficult it was to maintain the mask of only positive person. So of a person that only has the positive attributes. Of the person who does not accept that they are angry, who does not accept that they wish something for them, that somebody would do something for them, that it's not only them that want to do something for others, that would like to have some attention, that would like that somebody else show them love the way they show love. So you've been exploring your light and your shadow aspect, and you find out what this means. Maybe if you listen to the previous video, you use the technique to divide the circle in 16 pie chart, like a pie chart into 16 pieces, and to gradually build from shadow into light, and at the end define your superpower based on your shadow aspect. Maybe you know all of them already. Maybe you know only one. Maybe you don't know any aspect yet. Maybe you got some suspicion about the first one. So the big surprise when you're exploring shadow aspects is also the aspects you are proud of yourself. Like for me, being nice. Being nice is part of the mask that I have been wearing, and it's interesting when you explore what's behind it. Why am I nice? Why children become nice when they are growing up? They are less and less egoistic, and because they need to conform to society. Because in order to get along better, we need to know how to be nice. And it's okay to know how to be nice and use this as a tool. But if this becomes the majority of your personality, it will require you to push down into shadow all the aspects that don't look nice to other people. Like assertiveness, for example. And when you are exploring your shadow, you also find out that maybe being nice is a shadow aspect. Because with being nice, then you expect something. And if you don't get something, you know what I mean? It's not that you would do it intentionally. It is the consequence of the repression of yourself as a child, as a teenager, and as an adult. And the longer the repression lasts, the harder it is to see what my real shadow is. And it's more difficult to understand why this is an aspect of my shadow and not the aspect of my light. So when you are exploring yourself and try to define who you are in order to step forward into this, as I call it, the next step, explore both parts of you, the so-called positive and the so-called negative, the so-called I'm proud of and so-called I'm ashamed of. Explore what would replace being nice in majority of cases if your solution would not always be nice when you feel some emotions in yourself. I know that I connected being nice to so many emotions that in the end I was just nice. And yeah, it's not healthy. But there comes a time when you realize this and you have the opportunity to change and you have the opportunity to start anew. Like we are now starting anew, and we also think about what can be done in order to get to know ourselves and to express the real emotions that we feel. And at first, you will find out that these emotions that you are repressing, most of them are actually based on fear. It could be fear behind most of them, and don't get scared. Just accept it. Accept it and just keep the faith and go forward and explore more. Accept yourself that if you find fear a lot, that you have been a child that did not feel safe, and it's okay. Maybe your parents were nice, but how you understood them or how you felt what you had with them did not make you feel safe. And this does not make you a bad person at all. You were not in your power to manage your emotions, to understand them. You were just living them. And you were just living what you felt. And what you felt was okay. And it's your gift that you will explore this now and be able to upgrade yourself. So when you explore these aspects and you think about them, you could also find some things that scare you. And if they scare you, you always can get help, from people who can assist you on your path. And I'm doing this shadow work myself. And if I will find something that I cannot handle myself, I will get help, of course. But the point is, we can do a lot ourselves because we are aware now. We have been awakened and we know how to handle ourselves. So if I summarize, think about your light and your shadow aspects and test the light ones. They might be the shadow actually. Or if they are expressed, is there shadow behind it? That's all actually. You will find the way yourself how you do this. You can check the previous video if you want a tool to help you make this analysis. But otherwise, you know your way and you are capable, you are grounded, you are everything that you need in order to do this. Because the next step needs you to define the version of you that you want to be in the next chapter of your life. Because we know that the way we are now, we want to make ourselves better, but not for the sake of other people, but for our sake, for our path and for our experience, just because we can. But be careful. Take time off if needed. Rest if needed. It's Monday, and I wish you a great week, and enjoy yourself and get to know yourself.